We got 3 smoked chuck roasts and 3 chickens. That means one thing. We're putting those 100% charcoal pellets to the test. Let's go. Alrighty, we have 3 chuck roasts. The name of the game is 3 chuck roasts, 3 chickens, 3 grills. We have found out through all of our previous cooks, when we try to compare something, we have found that chicken and beef, chicken being the highest on the level, determine the biggest difference in flavor. We found like the pork, no matter what pellet we use, what grill we use, was extremely difficult to tell. So we have 3 whole chickens and 3 chuck roasts. I typically always use my favorite blend. It's on pelletsandpits.com. It's just basically like an all-purpose salt, pepper, garlic, and seasoned salt blend. But today we're switching it up. We're getting back to basics. I want to know the true flavor of the pellets. Does it matter? Does it work? And is it worth it? We get sent a bunch of stuff. One day we got in the mail Smokin Pecan pellets. I tried it, and ever since then I have been hooked. So I don't know until I try, and I give it my best opinion, or my best effort, whatever you want to call it. So today, salt and pepper. We're going to season the 3 chuck roasts and the 3 chickens, and then we'll start that charcoal grill. We're gonna keep the chickens whole today. You can spatchcock if you want to. I thought that if we left them whole, they'll stay on the grill longer, and that's the whole point. It's not about the protein as much as it is the pellet. How much flavor can we impact, and does the charcoal flavor matter? I don't know the right way to do this. I've talked to somebody behind the scenes. They didn't think it mattered that much. My old charcoal in here right now is Blue Hog's lump charcoal, not the actual briquettes. So what we've added is the Blue Hog briquettes. When I'm trying to come up with the idea, does the royal oak charcoal pellets give off that much flavor? I wanted a fair comparison. So I didn't know if I should use lump or briquettes only. So I'm mixing the two. I got a nice bed of lump left over, and I'm going to add the briquettes as the heat source to be able to heat those up. So you kind of get the best of both worlds. So that's what I'm going with. Right or wrong, that's my decision. And the whole point of this video is the 100% charcoal hardwood pellets. When I first started my pellet journey, way back with Pit Boss was my very first pellet grill, the Navigator. Still recommend it. I was a huge fan of charcoal. Coming off of charcoal my whole life, being a Weber kid, growing up with Weber, charcoal was just how we ate. I still believe charcoal is the best flavor. Direct heat ribs over charcoal, steaks over charcoal. We've done videos on it, and I've expressed it as much as I can. I am a charcoal kid through and through, always will be. Pit Boss had a charcoal pellet. I think it might have been blended with hardwood. I'm not exactly sure, but I think they discontinued it. I can't get it anymore. And we've had several people ask. In the back of my mind, I thought, well, when I used another brand, I never really felt like it was true charcoal. I never felt like I really ate something and got that charcoal flavor that I was looking for. Somebody sent me this privately through an email and said, have you tried these? And I said, no. They said, you should really take a look at them. I've been looking at them too. I've heard good things about them. So I bought these with my own money. I have no affiliation with Royal Oak, and we're going to see what they taste like. I've been brutally honest my whole life, and I don't see any reason to be any different. They claim to be water resistant, no fillers, no more clogs, safe for all pellet grills. And my whole point about this video is, if I buy this was roughly anywhere between like $16.50 and like $21.99 for a 20-pound bag. Do you get that charcoal? Can you mix it with pellets? You know, it's all about flavor for me. So that's what we're doing today. We are going to rock the Lone Star Grillz with this only. And then I feel like in all of our competitions that we've done, that the Traeger Ironwood XL, I'm sure the Timberline's the same way, but the Traeger Ironwood XL is, and the Lone Star Grillz are the two closest grills I have when it comes to smoking flavor only. We're only talking about flavor, okay? The Traeger is gonna have the Smokin Pecan pellets just as like a normal base. That's what I cook with all the time. And the Lone Star Grillz, we're gonna have these pellet, charcoal pellets, and then we're gonna put that up against Blue Hog's charcoal, which we cook on all the time anyways. So that should give us our three bases. Creating a 2-zone system. Move the lit charcoal to one side. And as that charcoal warms up, it's going to eat coming over so we don't warm our grill up too much. For about the last 6 to 8 months, I've been testing out some products by Chef's Temp. I've used them, you know, on tons of videos by now, just testing them out and seeing what we think. They sent me the S1. This is a digital style Kamado charcoal grill, even like on a stick burner. Basically all it is a digital thermometer. Instead of using all those wires that tuck under the grill now this is all Bluetooth and wireless. So on my phone, while my pellet smokers are running, I can adjust the temps on my pellet smokers. Now I can go on my phone on the Chef's Temp app and I can actually see what grill or what temperature my grill is without coming back out here or having wireless thermometers with the receiver being inside. Okay, so this is pretty unique. Used it a couple times in the past, but this is really the first time we put it through its paces, so I'm looking forward to using this today. This is one of the shorter approach for the Chef's Temp. I'm going to put it on my charcoal grill. That's going to be the most important. So the idea is we're cooking to temps. So I'm going to pull these about 180 degrees, but more importantly, I'm going to pull them all at the same time. So if one doesn't actually get to 180 degrees and the other ones do, or vice versa, it doesn't matter. That way they're on the grill at the exact same time, no matter if it's charcoal, a flavor pellet, or a flavor pellet. I will wrap it up with butcher paper, and then we'll put them in the oven to carry over cooking if we need to go, like, you know, we'll put it like probably 250 and carry up to 210 degrees. So that way they're on the grill at the same amount of time the whole way through. Lone Star with the charcoal pellets. Traeger with the Smokin Pecan pellets. All right, I got the Weber with the Blue Hog charcoal. All right, it's been an hour and a half, roughly like an hour and 45 minutes later. I'm just going to insert my Chef's Temp thermometer right in the breast on one, and maybe the thigh on the other one, the breast and the thigh on the other one. Just give us like a gauge. I'm really more worried about the charcoal than the pellet smokers. Charcoal has a bigger fluctuation going back and forth with temps, so I just want to be careful on that one. Chicken on the Lone Star. Chicken on the Traeger. And chicken on the Weber. Roughly 4.5 hours later, our chuck roast are within 5 to 8 degrees, which is really, really good. I've struggled on the Weber kettle today, just for the simple fact of like temper fluctuations. Had too much charcoal at the beginning, had to shut it down a little bit, but I was able to maintain it and keep those temperatures pretty steady. Didn't expect the outcome to be this close together. So I got my little Sharpie here, and this is what we're gonna do. All of them will look exactly the same. I'm gonna wrap them, I'm gonna wrap each one exactly the same, but I'm gonna show you what they look like so we can speed up the process. The first one is the Weber. Whew. All right, this is the Blue Hog's charcoal. I'm gonna get some little spritz of apple cider vinegar. The moisture just helps. I think this one is sitting at like 178, something like that, 174, matter of fact. And on top of the vinegar, this is smoked beef tallow. So put that on top of there, and we'll wrap it super tight. That thermometer back in it. Whew, hot. All right, in the oven it goes because there's no, I'm not gonna put it back on the smoker or the grill. I can control the temps a little bit better on the inside. Plus, I'm gonna raise the temperatures on the inside to about maybe 300 degrees.
Plus, it's about 20 degrees out here.
Oh my gosh. I like bumping the temperature up on this chuck roast. It really, I think, creates a more tender chuck roast. I think if you let it go like a brisket so long that it tends to dry out more. So I think this just helps it. I like it. So that's what I'm doing. 300 until it's done about 208 to 210 degrees. Probe tender. You got to make sure it's tender. This is from the Lone Star. Fantastic looking color as always. And the chuck roast from the Traeger. Alrighty. If you guys can remember to remind me when I bring these back out, that's what they're supposed to look like. So this is the Weber. Oh, you're not supposed to tell them. They gotta remind me. Traeger. And the Lone Star. See how equal those two are? You can definitely see a difference on that one, but look at this. Look how close in color that is. All right, in the oven they go until our chuck roasts are ready. My oven's sitting about 165 degrees, so it should hold these just fine. Alrighty, here we go. So I'm gonna save the chickens for last because I feel like they impart the biggest difference. So color-wise, I was actually surprised that the charcoal itself does not look as dark as the other two. But people say pellet smokers don't put off smoke. It's interesting. Over here, do we know which one's which? Should we tell the audience?
Yeah.
All right. So this is the Weber because I had the thermometer in there the whole time. This is the Traeger and this is the Lone Star. So first thing I'm gonna do is cut each one in half, see if we got any smoke ring. I'm telling you, if you guys haven't tried your chuck roast like brisket, golly, it is good. So the Lone Star, the Traeger, and the actual charcoal itself. The first thing I noticed is this does have a smoke ring, and that's using the Smokin Pecan pellets. Hickory might not put off a smoke ring, so I wouldn't necessarily worry about that as much. And it follows the same suit because I didn't add any smoke chunks or anything like that all to the charcoal. Just 100% charcoal flavor.
Now you know you're going to have to cut me a smaller bite than that.
Oh, it's all fitting, honey. All right, if you're going to try a piece, try the bun end, the end of it.
Well, here I got gloves on, so.
All right, as this being our baseline for the middle, I'm just going to move this to the middle.
Give me another bite of that one.
I agree. Let's go back and just be fair.
Test the charcoal.
I kind of already
the charcoal.
Yeah, I kind of already have my opinion.
Me too. I agree. That Smokin Pecan pellet is still hard to beat.
I don't want this video to be about that, but I had to have a neutral. I had to try it to a pellet. Maybe I could have done a cheaper pellet or a different pellet. Let's put it that way. But no, that does not. We'll move on to the chicken. I don't. No. Alrighty, just to recap: Weber, Traeger, and Lone Star.
Looks like a good juicy chicken.
Now, I typically do not cook my chicken this way because the skin does get rubbery because we never hit those higher temps. But I want to keep it on the smoker as long as possible. So this is one of those situations where you have to lose one to get one. If I was cooking the chicken myself, I would start off low and slow and then bump that temperature up to about 325 to 350 with about 30 minutes to go, and it really helps render that skin, makes it crispy and not as chewy. So this is the
Lone Star charcoal pellets.
You want to say the same thing on count of three? Whatever you want to say, see if we come up with the same thing.
Are we saying which one we like the best?
Say whatever you want to say. 1, 2, 3, same.
Yeah, same answer. I was gonna say I like the regular charcoal better than the charcoal pellets, but the Smokin Pecan pellets on the Traeger is a winning combination. We haven't found anything to beat it so far.
So, you know, part of me honestly feels disappointed. I truly crave that charcoal flavor. Once I started looking deep into the bag and like the not the ingredient label, you know, like they describe it, I'm like, man, we might have found a winner. But I don't think I wouldn't put. I mean, it's not going to replace anything on my deck. I can tell you that. So, it's not the fact that I guess I am disappointed. I don't think it tastes like charcoal. I don't think you can put it on there. And now, could I cook to a higher temperature? Maybe. You know, like you can do like maybe searing for charcoal versus charcoal. But then again, people say that like the lower the smoke is on the, or the lower the temperature is on the pellet grill, the better the smoke flavor is. I don't know what answer you guys want from me. I'm just telling you, we do a ton of tests, and typically you know it right away. As soon as we ate all 3 chuck roasts, we looked at each other, and I think we agreed immediately. Like, it's just that stark of a difference. Which, ironically, is the same difference that we had the very first time we ever did a pellet test with the Smokin Pecan and other ones. And like I said, I don't want this to be about Smokin Pecan. This needs to be about the Royal Oak Hickory. So, I mean, the Royal Oak Charcoal. That's my opinion. Love you guys. Cuss me out online. Tell me how I'm a fanboy or I didn't do it right or whatever. But that's just my honest opinion. There's just no, I think it came in third. It came in third on the chicken, and it came in third on the beef.
Yeah, I definitely agree.
So you could probably introduce a cherry, a pecan, a hickory, a mesquite, and get better results, in my opinion, from your leading pellet manufacturer, and still get a better flavor than what these produce with just charcoal pellets. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to press that subscribe button, pound the notification button, show your friends. Peace.